Type, and it's Isotype. Isotype's one from set, flashing. Vega one. Where's he come from? Vega one's got up and one.
And it's Cinema's What a Star won the Caulfield Cup.
Or Mystic Aroma, 3 lengths in.
There go, you mug. Mugs, it's all roads back to Doomben. It's over. It's over. Spring Carnival, boys. One done, said and done. We can put the feet up for a couple of days now before we get back to the real racing. And that's Western Australia Summer Carnival. Really. Well, I guess what are we? We're coming out of Champions Day. Big success. I thought it was, the concept's going to be a banger going forward. Yeah. We probably just put a little bit of the mock of death on. But in saying that, and in our defence, you were stupid not to have that multi in anything that you ever did with your life. Nature Strip, Animo, Private Eye. I mean, Private Eye was maybe the one that you could have left out, but Nature Strip and Animo, what do you say? I'll let Team Zaki say something then.
Yeah, what a rort. Like, jump off Zaki and he comes out and wins at 8. So I was just lucky that the first 2 legs of the multi were gone and I went, oh, I need something and I'm not backing Animo at $2, so I'll take Zaki at 9s. I think day was great. Probably from a punting perspective, it was taken away a little bit of the glitz and the glam by the fact that none of the big 3 won, the Group 1s.
Yeah.
But, you know, if that's the sort of the fields that we're going to be getting every year, we're going to be hanging out for Champions Day.
Pretty much. It's almost on the list to do now, isn't it?
Yeah, I think we need to go to it.
Yeah, especially...
We could do Oaks Day and Champions Day.
I can't back Nature Strip again, though.
No, jury's got to be out with him, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
is it just the whole year for him's just gassed him a bit?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was just.
Put him in
he wasn't even bad, but
no,
just
again, that's it. He's
beating a bob.
It's not like it was bad, but it's just that it went from a punting perspective. You're taking $1.85, $1.95. Like the jury's been there. And then as soon as Alligator Blood came out, and when I messaged Lloyd, he went off to a 3-year-old's birthday party and said, geez, he's probably a pretty good chance now.
Yeah.
Didn't have a penny on myself, but could see the way he filled his boots. Because after he came out and won, you were like, oh, well, you've got to have something on Zaki because they didn't catch the blood and he just kept kicking. And,
it was the exact same race shape. And you probably wanted to see that from Zaki in the Cox Plate, to be honest. Like,
what did she say to Carl?
She said
lead at all costs, didn't she?
Pretty much.
Nisham?
Yeah, which was good.
Yeah.
It's a good plan when you've got a horse that likes to run on pace.
Oh, when you've stuffed it up 3 times this prep, you may as well get it right at some point.
What does the great man say? That fast horses run fast.
Just let him go.
Exactly.
Let him go. And Rockin' Horse, mate, that could be the new kid on the block at Flemington down the straight alley.
Oh, like you'd have to back it again in a new market next year. Actually, no, you can't because Private Eye's going in the new market. That is a put-in-take-out job.
Yeah, well...
First up, new market.
You want to put in take-out job. I think you need to put in take-out job. Put that saying in the cupboard.
I keep putting stuff in. I'm just not taking much out. That's the problem. Far out. New market. Well, that'll come around pretty quick. What's that, sort of March?
Yeah.
Next year?
Yeah.
Just before Sydney kicks off? Is it All-Star Mile?
Around
that sort of
that time, so...
How's the poor bastard Maloney, though? I mean, good for Jamie Mott.
Oh, the fines.
Paddy Maloney.
Paddy Maloney, sorry. Can't ride Rockin' Horse. Jamie Mott gets on, takes the Group 1.
Yeah.
He'd be there tearing his hair out. I'm surprised.
What happened then?
Hopefully he's still alive.
Paddy's suspended.
Yeah, he was suspended, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then, well, for Jamie Mott, like, he's had everything to do with Lofty Strike, who was super in the Coolmore, backed up. He's gone super again. I don't know where he actually finished. He might have even...
I think it was 5th.
Yeah, but he was in that finish, and Jamie Mott couldn't make the 50 kilos for that, so he's picked up the ride on Rockin' Horse.
Geez, not bad.
And dusted him.
Well, and Rockin' Horse was ultimately scratched from the Manikato too, so he's been double-fisted almost 2 weeks in a row. Missed out on the Group 1 the week before, but big day. Any what was the other big result of that day? We talked about it.
Alligator Blood.
Blood. That's it.
Yeah.
I was gonna wear the hat. That's the energy I was. But I guess he's probably stamped himself as just probably the top miler almost in the country.
Yeah,
I mean, close to it.
When the All-Star Mile markets come out.
Well,
I probably should have been back him. I think before we started this leading into
I reckon we said it's at his mercy.
He could win about 3 Group 1s this season. I don't reckon I backed him once, and every time he wins, I hate that horse.
We said about the Champions Mile too. I know Moz has been, I know you weren't on it, but I know for a fact that you've been going go through this market and like Anamo's probably not going
$17.
to be there. This isn't probably going to be there. Like Alligator Blood, that's probably your horse to back at the mile.
Well, I was thrown off purely the fact that I didn't think they'd actually go to the Cox Plate. So they actually went there and I thought, well, the horse is going to be done by now. Like backing up, back to a mile.
Horse is a freak.
There's a freak.
But I think that extra prize money on Champions Day, that's...
Well,
it's like if you're going to always
you're
get
gonna
those
back
horses
up,
back
yeah.
up from the Cox Plate, like,
Yeah.
why
You're
not?
going to get him every time.
Yeah.
It's good.
There we go. Well, it sets us up for next year. We've probably got a top echelon now, I reckon, of weight for age stars.
Yeah, I think so. A lot of people are talking about that being like, oh, there's no weight for age champion and whatnot. It's like, but
Do you want that though? That's
I
the
don't
thing.
think you do. Like,
No.
I'd rather watch these horses and like special mention too, Moanga. Like,
Well, he's come back from the dead.
He's
But
a
like
shock as
even-
off to the Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That was a pretty good run.
It was a
though, like,
great
I
run.
can't- Yeah.
but like Moanga, like even I watched last year's Cox Plate again. Like he's run 4th, been beaten by Animo State of Rest, very elegant, and he's still there. This year we go, oh, after that first up run, we've sort of sacked him, and he's come out run 3rd in 2 Group 1s, and run pretty well in a Cox Plate. So like, I think there's, it's not that long of a tail as what we might have thought. Like they're all pretty competitive and mix it around.
Yeah, and it makes it exciting because you follow the whole prep and you're looking for differences every start.
Yeah.
Whereas we're probably almost just used to the Winx factor of, well, it's take our job for the owners, not for anybody else. But
Yeah.
And from a punting perspective too, like you get a horse like Animo who's had those 4 dominant Group 1 wins, obviously before Saturday's defeat, but like you imagine if it was like Winx sort of thing having won those sort of races, and like Zaki last year we're getting $1.70 in a Cox Plate, we got $2.50 for Animo.
Yeah.
If you're a Zaki fan like me, last year we had to take even money in that Champions Mile. This year we got $9. Like it's just so much more open and a bit more value, a bit more meat on the bone, so it's good.
yeah, and he was temperature was obviously okay on
there's
Saturday.
nothing
There
in
been,
Melbourne, I
so
don't think.
no, I think that's it. The little lockdown saga for the last few years,
They're all sold out.
Yeah, they're not getting any of them back in the state,
Exactly.
to be honest. So.
God.
Yeah, boys, it was up and about. So we moved pretty much. This is the quiet week, more or less, but there's still plenty of racing going on. Cranbourne Cup. Google where Cranbourne is. Don't know where that is. It's the Hunter as well. But the big news, which we won't go too far into it right now because we've got things to do. But WA is sort of the next on the radar. So I know as well, Lloydie's all over the early markets, but we're looking for those probably horses that are still lingering around to go over. Which is going to be exciting as well to see that stack up. But, Mugs, because we're not going to waste our time with these boring Group 1 races from Flemington no more, we're going back to our roots. And that is going through every single race of Doomben this Saturday. Thankfully for us, there's like 3 in race 1 and 6 in race 2, and they're all from Chris Waller's yard. So it means we probably won't save any time whatsoever. But back at Doomben, there's some good horses coming back as well, because up here, Mugs, I know you are familiar with Queensland racing because we put it on the map. Should be the CEO, he's resigned because he's useless. But anyway, Summer Carnival, I don't know, he's probably a great bloke. I shouldn't really say that, should I? Summer Carnival's going to kick off, which is just perfect lead into the Magic Millions as well. So, plus the King of the Mountain, that'll come around pretty quick too. New Year's Eve, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, so we're talking, 6-7 weeks away.
I'm
Boys.
excited.
So we will. Well, Doomben on Saturday, boys, does $1.60 unraced 2-year-old in race 1 get you excited, because that's what we've got, a bounding from the Heathcote yard.
Yeah.
Benny Thompson on board. He's probably, if not the most consistent jock at the moment, top 3 for sure.
Yeah, top 3. I think Jimmy Orman's got number 1 spot locked and loaded for a while.
Well, speaking of Jimmy Orman, $4.80 riding for a good old Des.
Yeah.
Salt Lake Betty. Any thoughts about race 1, boys? We're only really going off trial form, or you've got Magic of Milo, who went around in the Mashani Classic there 2 weeks ago and was boxed in behind the Mashani V.
2 trials by combined 5 lengths. Ben Thompson on. I think that's why the market's got $1.60. I got no real opinion, but I'd probably have to back it based on its 2 trial wins. But it's just
multi-banker.
It's one of those races, isn't it? These are
Well,
just a lottery, because
and
one
then
could just pop out at $8 and be a superstar, then it starts $2 next start.
Yeah,
It's not a bet race, surely.
No, it certainly isn't. I'd probably side with Salt Lake Betty. there's a 4-star, Jimmy Orman. I just thought maybe from barrier 4, you got the favourite drawn outside you, just cross, hold the fence, and just make the favourite do a little bit of work outside you for a little while, and you get $5 instead of $1.50.
But it's
you're not betting.
No, it's
unless you're a serious trial perv, and you know.
Or you've got some sort of mail.
Yeah.
On your horse.
I mean, like in all honesty, if you like Magic of Milo, who's had 3 races already, and hasn't been that bad in them, being $15 for the racehorse against 4 debutants. Like.
Yep. I think the difference this week is we're seeing Heathcote, Chris Muntz, TJ Gowan bring their 2-year-olds to the party. So these would all have to be Magic Million sort of contenders, wouldn't you?
So you've got pretty much the 4 big dogs at Eagle Farm there: Heathcote, Muntz, Forster, and Golan.
Yeah. Box first 4, you reckon?
Yeah.
You know what happens next?
Magic and Miller
wins by 10 lengths, and then that Mashani form race is the race of the 2-year-old season. Yeah, so look, I think we're siding with the $1.60 shot there, Mugs, because that's exactly what we are. Mugs, we're happy to take it. But
I'm with the other one.
Oh, whatever. We can just make our stuff up as we go. Well, look, it doesn't get too much more exciting in race 5. A race of 5 in race 2. But of the 5, as we said, the Chris Waller 2200 metre classic this week features Ochirara. I'm going to leave that with you there, Bean. You've nailed it over the last few weeks.
I don't think it's actually that hard to say.
Nah, it's just something, a bit of filler time, mate. We've got to fill 45 to keep the sponsors happy. Stardome, Legulate, Roma Cash, So Dapper. Again, probably touched on all of them. I've read their names out, mate. Any cases there been?
Just back at Euro again. I think it picks up, half a kilo on a similar field it beat last start. Yeah, just multi-banker, whack it in. Away it goes. What is it, 3 in a row now? Oh, no, it had that one.
One blemish.
But, yeah, look, I mean...
Consistent, as you can imagine.
Beaten by Red Wave by 0.2 of a length. Yeah. That's barely beaten.
Yeah, and
Pimples in it.
4.5 kilos more that day than what it will on Saturday.
Yeah, it just wins again, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Pretty good horse for the owners, though. Holy moly.
Oh, you'd love to own it. I think they got it from New Zealand, didn't they? So
it's just a damn it's an absolute fill-up job in terms of cash.
Would you say it's the 2022 Brisbane Spring Summer version of London Banker?
Yeah, it probably is a little bit.
Bit of an ATM, isn't it?
It's a bit of an ATM, I reckon. Yeah. Just go, and you're still getting $1.70. Like, what's its one? Its last start.
Four wins from its last 6.
$2.45.
So
$2.30.
I'm happy to back it.
$2.90.
I think I'll get on
$2.15. It's between $2 and $2.50. Its last 4 wins.
Yeah,
but if they're winning, who cares?
Exactly.
Everyone likes winning, don't
Any price of winner being
200%
is it Bazinga territory? It's got to be close.
It's pretty close. Yeah. It's not quite
just a confidence booster.
There is another one I've got.
He wants to wait till it gets to $1.65. That'll absolutely rail him.
Ding.
Should be winning.
Oh,
yeah, who's riding actually?
The Jizz hands will be out.
Again.
Oh yeah, good gelding jockey.
Yeah,
also
great.
It's Mayor's jockey, but anyway, yeah.
Flying though, absolutely flying.
Going well.
Again, when I said that top 3 of Brisbane jockeys, there's about 10 of them in there.
Yeah.
They're all as good as each other.
Exactly.
Moving to race 3, and a jockey that I don't have much facts to give you, but a horse that I can give you plenty about is Zingalong. Believe it or not, Bean, it's still a racehorse. B, it won last start at about $1.40, and it nearly got rolled. No, it won pretty easily. I think that was the only winner we had on Cup Day. And C, you get a jockey named Matthew Powell on board. So, in Big Matty's defence, he rode Zingalong to its win their last start at the Sunny Coast. So, maybe this fella has just found what Zingalong is all about. It's come back, he's gotten on, and he said, no, we're turning this around. We're going to make you the punter's pal again. So $3.30 getting there over the $10.50, mate. Are you going to go out to the sea in your fancy little raft, grab your big net, throw it around Zingalong, drag him back to the land, and drop him off at Doomben by 1:13 on Saturday?
Yeah, look, he should go pretty close. I've got him in there on top, but I'm half keen on... I've followed this horse a fair bit. It's sort of not done a whole lot wrong. I'm half keen on King's Express from Barrier 1. I think it was $31 in early markets. I think has there been some deductions. Yeah, 25 cents with Weight of the Stars out. But $17, Barrier 1, can sit just off the pace. There looks to be a fair bit of speed here. And I was half tempted to go Sarweedy as well. There's about sort of 3 I liked, but it just has no dry track form. It says soft 5, but that's BS.
Yeah, no
It'll
way.
be 31
Yeah,
degrees
no way.
on Saturday. It'll be a good 4 for sure. If it's not, I'll eat my hat. So yeah, Zingalong and Kings Express in a 2-way play for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Matty Power 7 from his last 50, so going all
Oh,
right.
jeez, he's
Yeah.
flying.
Most of them at the sunny coast though, so if
Comes to
you,
the big smoke.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
the same track. I mean, it's a 400 metre straight and you can run on, but nothing ever does. So it's the same system, isn't it? You just get them
much.
forward in the run and keep picking, basically. So
yeah, that's it, mate. You mentioned it's Saweetie. That's where I'm going. I sort of had Zingalong.
you're a bit of a Saweetie.
a bit of a Saweetie.
Gee whiz.
Bit of a Saweetie tooth. No, Zingalong, the only horse that's a last start winner. I thought Funny Money has been going all right as well, but Saweetie, you go sort of through its last prep and it was, beaten less than 5 lengths by Stroll in a listed race. Was a good winner at the Sunny Coast start before that, beating the stablemate that day and. Beat Clairview Molly on debut. Ran second, sorry, to Clairview Molly. Might have even lost that race on protest, or there was a protest fight in, or something like that. But it was close.
The
And
stablemates, and I don't know if they really
and
worry
like
about it.
Clairview Molly's been going pretty well this prep. She was a good trial winner the other day. Ben Thompson, 52.5 kilos each way odds. That'll do.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lloydie. Don't know if that's the recipe for success that we're after.
We'll
but
take it.
no, well, I think also, I don't know if this horse came from New Zealand maybe or something like that, but I know first prep under Golan, I think was the message I'm trying to portray here. So I think the horse was a little bit of a nutcase, if you remember last prep. I mean, it got rolled on debut at like $1.40 because it was just blowing up in the yard and going berserk and all those little niggles and whatnot that you hope one prep under the belt, it gets that shit sorted, comes back a better horse.
Hey, what do they do?
52 kilos too.
Yeah, that was what I
Huge.
half liked about it. What do they do when you've got, say, you've got a yard like Golan and he has 2 that one runs out or something like that? There's a protest. 2 totally different sets of owners. How does that work in his stewards room?
Well, the jockey.
Because normally, obviously, you've got the jockey and then the trainer's in behind him. What's he doing there? How's that working?
You have to just be like, you jockeys,
totally impartial.
You go for it.
And he just walks out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair
But
enough.
what do you do? Because like,
He can't sit there and carry on, can he?
No.
That's more my point. Like, he's not going to side with one set over the other, is he? So what's he doing in that situation?
Unless he's got a share in one.
Because obviously, you see them in other situations too, different
you
trainers, and they're
you
having
see
to go
Jay
and,
Golan, Jane owns half of them. Keep
you
the
know
wife
what I mean?
happy.
Like, you see the trainers chirping up when they're in the steward's room and stuff like that. It's an interesting situation.
You'd love for him just to go, and he could get away with it. Just go, you know what? You 2 jocks, gloves off, biff it out. winning jock gets the ribbon with the horse at the end of the owners. Like, this is what I want to see. This is the passion that I need from you jockeys. It'd be great.
Yeah, that'd be exciting.
Might send that to him, see if he is a fan of the idea.
Yeah.
3 races out of the way. That was fun, boys.
Good
Going back to the
good to
roots.
see you not sticking with Zingalong, mate. He gets under the
Oh,
$1.40
mate.
straight off.
Yeah, straight off.
I'm not
Good.
convinced he is a winner yet. Which I don't need to
not.
convince you boys he's a winner. He put away 5 or 6, if that, at the Sunny Coast. So I think that was a bit of a confidence boosting trial. Anyway, speaking of confidence and boosting, there's one man that can boost anyone's confidence, and that's the wizard himself, Willie Pike. And we have on great authority, after it's been reported all week, the move back to WA is permanent. So he's done with his stint.
Well, there was one this morning that said it might only be for 6 weeks back for Magic Millions.
Who was that? The leg up or something?
Racing.com.
Oh, they don't know anything.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it sounded like it was permanent. But
Well,
maybe permanent, but still coming over for...
I'd imagine that would be his go.
What's
Target.
happened to my Chris Parnham theory?
Oh, well, I know. Funny you mentioned that. He's a $2 favourite for the Metro Championship, Chrissy Parnham. I wonder what price you'd be able to get on Pikey.
With a 6-month head start.
6-month head start. He wasn't in any of the markets because he'd have to just be like, because Big Bob, he's the battler here that suffered the most. I mean, he hasn't rode a winner in WA for months. The Cerise and White, they're just not doing their job. Brings them over here. The trainers keep butchering him. Like, poor Bob.
Yeah.
He's got Pikey back now. Poor old Battle of Bob.
Sorry for honest Bob.
Pikey comes back, gets 10 rides a week in the Cerise and White, rides 6 a carnival, 6 a week.
Yeah.
Like,
Pikey-
you're catching
Pikey,
50 winners pretty quick.
Pikey, Bob, and Grant and Alana Williams are going for 5 straight railways next weekend too. I think Pike might be on Devoted, who he rides on Saturday, and then I think it's backing up into the railway.
Wow.
And I believe he's got the ride on it in the railway, so that'll be interesting. All eyes there if he can get 5.
There's a few decent little apprentices over there too. Like that Holly Watson goes alright. Kershaw Dunn's not.
Yeah.
He goes alright.
Loves his little adult entertainment. Yeah.
It's the greatest podcast.
And then there's is it Ladakwa Ramoli? I'm not sure.
Lakdar Ramoli or something.
Yeah.
Like
there's a few good jobs.
There's a few like decent
That's why we don't harp on them too much, mate. We don't know how to pronounce any of their names.
I've been following you pretty closely.
Yeah, still can't interpret it, mate.
Yeah.
Still trying to get through Ochia, remember? Whatever that is. So, yeah, but it certainly heats up, and the Mugs horse is back, really, isn't it?
What street's this one on?
It's Elite Street. Elite Street. So you've got pretty much the main, I guess, railway lead up on Saturday. WA Guineas is next week, and then the sprints are back for the Winterbottom in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So
and the railway's next weekend too. So
yeah, well, it doesn't
it's all
stop.
happening.
And you know what the best part is? You can do your absolute dough by midday here, back in Hawkesbury Race 1 or Cranbourne Race 1, wherever they're giving you promos, and then go, you know what? I've got the extra confidence to keep going until 8 p.m. Try and win it back, because Perth Racing is going to be off tap.
Pikey in the last one, a $2 favourite in the Cerise and White at 7:39 p.m. Queensland time. If that's not blast out job, I don't know what is.
That'll start $1.05.
Should we reel this up to redeem ourselves from the Animo Nature Strip Private Eye spruik that we gave last week, to just go, forget everything you know, Mugs, remember what you do know, and it's Pikey in the last.
Well, I'd say yes, but then Searching Rocks is in there.
Oh,
a girl, $9.
It is.
Like
Quinella?
Yep, maybe.
What's Parnham one?
Trifecta?
Chrissy's on Nerf Bosk at $46. Oh.
You know, imagine
that's in the quaddie.
I didn't know Nerf Boss was still going around.
Yeah.
Still going around in the Melbourne Cup. It ran in 4 years ago, didn't
for
it?
a cup? Yeah. Jeez.
Well, it's time to peak if there's any time to peak, right?
Yeah.
Race 4 at Doomben, hey?
Yeah, wow.
Anything else you want to mention from Ascot right now?
No, because I might head back there later for around the grounds.
Well, we mightn't get back to Doomben, that's my worry.
Yeah.
Race 4, 1350, the famous Doomben 1350. They don't run that distance anywhere else in the country, which makes your 1400 metre form.
Yeah.
Track distance stats absolutely out of the water.
Yep.
Zucchina, last start winner. Jaden Lloyd gets the claim. Carrying a bit of weight there now, Zucchina.
Yeah.
Daring Bell, Confessed, Julia. Again, 4 horses. Mystic Aroma form. Should have won last start too.
Should have.
But yeah, again, one of those races that these horses just seem to be always thereabouts in the market without really having the form to back that up or the results to back up why you want to be backing it here. So Lloydie, I'm going to let you try and start us off.
Mate, when in doubt, usually it's try C, but for me it's Rocky form.
Oh.
So Bolden Lucy from the Garnet Taylor stable. Ryan Wiggins on board. He's only got one ride on Saturday at Doomben, and this is it. He's had 5 goes on this grey mare for 2 wins and a third. First up, she wasn't too bad. She was beaten 3 lengths. She was caught off the track behind 5 Crowns and then had absolutely no luck yesterday at Hawkesbury. Wendy Peel was on that day. Wendy's riding well, but just this horse was just ridden against its pattern. It was 3 deep on speed when if you
get back and run on, isn't it?
Get back and run on, and like the way that
that's how Wendy rides. To be fair, she's good.
Oh, she gets them rolling. Yeah. I forget the jockey. It was Montana Philpott had a really good affiliation with this horse at Rocky, and it would get back, pick the run. So I'm just liking barrier 5, a nice midfield gate, a good strong rider on. Hopefully
stuck in traffic,
covered up
as you do,
and then like just one last shot and just have we go strong late. So that's the way I'm going. But geez, hard to be confident.
Yeah, it's a tough race. I'm with Red Light Roxanne here. First up, the horse goes.
Do you have to leave it on?
Pardon?
Do you have to leave the red light on?
You do indeed.
Can you sing some of the lyrics for us?
I don't know any of the lyrics.
Roxanne.
I think that's the only lyric.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
It's a drinking game, isn't it? You
yeah.
drink every time they say Roxanne.
Yeah.
we should do it, but we just put a bet on.
Yeah,
Like I
that's
said,
right.
every
yeah.
time we hear it.
Benny Thompson on. He's had 3 goes in the horse for a win and a second. Likes a good deck. It's pretty good value in an open race. I mean, it's got form around Black Log.
Oh,
And Ven did it. You know, he'd been Black Log all the time, but it never really runs a bad race. So form a horse that's running around about, it's got to be half decent. I think it's had was a 75-day let up or something like that. So residual fitness.
jeez, that's
Close
a,
enough.
that's a new word for the show.
Let up. Yeah,
Let up.
I'm pretty keen.
Let up.
Yeah.
Mate,
Nice.
I actually, yeah, I had it on top as well, but you've probably convinced me more into it. Did TJ used to
Or
train
talk you
this
out of
thing as well?
Uh,
He had more stats than I had produced.
that,
I
yeah?
think it might have been.
Rings
It's
a
now
bell.
with Nat McCall. We've backed it before.
Sean Matherick. No, Sean Matherick.
No,
Pakenham.
Pakenham, yeah, same thing.
Close to
that's
TJ.
what I was down there. Yeah, 'cause I was
never
like,
mind. Anyway, no, Ben, I'm seconding you there. I think
It's probably just sort of its best trip. Like I'd prefer it over the mile.
Probably
but
one of
fir-
my-
Well, it's sort of-
first up though, 13.50.
Off
Yeah.
a bit of a freshen, like you
Yeah,
say.
it's
Yeah.
open.
after a bit of a let up.
Yeah, a bit of a let up.
Ben Thompson. You might have to get a Ben Thompson signed photo or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang it up there. Get rid of that.
Hang
Get rid of
on.
the Horovian and
That's
Sabina.
right.
We just want
Just,
Ben.
I'll have the candles.
Yeah.
Or do you want
Thompson
that's
visual.
it. Yeah, they're a bit of a package though. Do you want maybe a wedding photo of him and Steph?
Yeah, we can
you
do
know,
that.
in
Yeah,
there?
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
You want Steph's autograph on there too?
Yep, we can do that.
Yeah.
I'd be happy with that.
It depends if you're backing her, I guess, for the rest of the card.
Maybe we just have to take that to the track and we just get them to start signing it.
Could be a goer.
Yeah, we could do that.
That'd be pretty
actually.
cool.
I'll just be a bit worried about giving them the freedom with the pen and what they actually would write on it.
Yeah.
Half the jockeys.
Especially some of our comments towards them.
Yeah, well,
on the occasion.
Your comments, I think. Woody and I keep a pretty political stance on some of their commentary around rides, mate.
Yeah.
Take their
jockey
license off of them.
How do they get that?
I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever said take their license.
Oh, I think we left a
Shouldn't be
few
allowed
words out of that
to you're a
sentence.
horse.
Yeah, I try and keep that to the chat now.
Well, mate, your boy's on the favourite in the next one, so I might let you kick us off, mate. Drive a deal. Going for the double hat trick.
Yeah.
4 in a row.
Yeah, Mare's in form, keep backing him, best of the day, absolute launch job. Barrier 2, go forward. It's just class, he'll be winning this one.
Is there a blowjob for Ben Thompson after this as well, by the sound of it?
No, just the vigil. I
Just
think
pedal
stick
back.
to the vigil.
Oh, what, the win or the... We'll keep rolling along. Yeah. What Ben said, Lloydie, you... without the...
I can't be bothered looking
congrats
too
at
much.
the end.
I thought, yeah, I'm with it, but I thought Joy Tool bounced back the other day. It was a really good run. Hit the line strongly. How far is this race? A mile?
The mile, mate.
Yeah, it's an extra 200
It's
metres.
the famous Galloper's Mile.
Oh, of course. Well, I'll probably have to present the trophy.
How is
Yeah.
it Joy Tools had 11 races, won 5? I reckon I've been on the only 6 times.
6
it's
times
lost.
it's been beat.
Yeah, is it the last 6 races it's had too?
I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
be close.
impossible
Last
for me
4.
to catch, so I went back it this week.
What
So
did it,
if you are going to back it, let me know. I'll
Like it
cash
was
out my
4.5
tickets.
behind Uncommon James at the start of last prep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think
it's a sucker.
at the price and the way it hit the line well last start, if they're making much ground, I think you can have something on it and on the favourite.
Black Log?
I'll leave that to Gabby Doxy.
Yeah, she does like that horse, doesn't she?
does.
Oh, fan club alert, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jack Bruce too much class, he's flying.
He is.
The horse or the
No,
trainer?
The trainer.
Yeah.
Who
He
used
is.
to work for? Maren Eustace, was it? Was that the story I heard? Maren Eustace, I think someone
Yeah,
said.
I think so.
Pretty sure. He's done like a bit of
He's
a
done a bit of
apprenticeship
Yeah.
under them.
I'm pretty sure you're right.
Mm.
I thought it was Costa, but that's Michael Morrison.
Nah, it's pretty sure it was Maren Eustace.
Yeah, I think
They can train. They go right, don't they?
They do go alright.
Apparently.
They go pretty
Like
good
him here.
Queensland.
They seem to be on TV every 5 minutes,
Yeah.
getting an interview,
Yeah.
so doing something right.
Mm-hmm.
Another one in the race, I'm only saying this because I remember I had a golden slipper bet on this thing a long time ago, and I think it's 1-2. Akira. Gary Portelli's bringing it up here.
Yeah.
Bit of change of scenery, so I actually ran up here last start. Oh, well.
Ang Pao.
Oh, great form race.
Mix.
Mix. Oh,
Yeah.
Ben
No,
Thompson
thanks.
wasn't on that for you, was he?
Nah, exactly.
Mate,
right.
he's on another favourite here, Benny T. He's doing something right. So we weren't far off when we said top 3 Queensland jockeys right now. He's definitely in there. Well, after this Saturday, he could ride 9 from 9 and definitely assert himself. Count to Beans. Now, this is a pretty handy little race of the card here, Mug. So we will smarten things up and get back on track. 4S drive, BM72 conditions, but Count to Beans, bit of hype around it, obviously. Last couple of starts have been super impressive. Stroll comes back, listed winner. And Ekaterina looking for 2 on the trot as well. So they're They're your big three in the market, but Bean, if we keep going down, you've got the Mafia with representation here.
Yeah.
Jaden on Northern Express, did he ride it last start?
He's ridden it almost every start.
Well, I was going to say, I didn't know if he...
I think he had a break and missed maybe one still.
Yeah, but he
But
I know he has a good little opinion of this horse as well. So third up now, reaching probably peak fitness, as they say.
Yeah.
How you playing this one here, mate? Race number 6 at Doomben.
I'm with Northern Express.
Oh,
but
shock me.
Yeah. But you look at the barrier draws, 2 and 3 for Counter Beans, Northern Express. Counter Beans is $2.80. It was beat. What did it beat Northern Express by last start?
I was going to say the barrier draws determine the odds these days.
But it was like 2 lengths off it or something. Gets a weight swing on it. $13. Jaden on. Guess what? Blinkers first time. I'm going to be with it. At the $13, I have to be. I can't let it go around that price. Not when Counter Beans is the $2.80 favourite. That's absolutely bonkers. So I can appreciate Stroll and Katarina in the race. They're sort of the other form line. But if you're going to take the favourite, you've got to have a few pennies on Northern Express. And Hugh should take the favourite on. Hopefully, there's a bit of a stable setup. That like in all honesty, like that would be the plan, right? Get Hugh to roll forward, have it sit in behind him, blinkers on, switch off, and then bang.
Yeah, I had Counter Beans as best of the day last start, and it was nailed late by Deer Trail in that same race that you're talking about. I think Deer Trail, and talking to a few of the pros, if we want to call...
me?
No, Tommy Henge. If you want to call him a pro.
Oh, careful.
Yeah, no, but he's sort of said this Deer Trail is a group class filly. Only nailed late. Before that, second to Yellow Brick, who's come out won twice since for the Lloydie's Living Breathing followers. Correct.
Not painting by the hour, are we?
Yeah, but dry track now, and Bean, blinkers on first time.
Too.
And Ben Thompson, barrier too. I just think it just takes a sit off you. And just like last time.
It'll go forward. It'll be
but who was it that took it on last time?
Is that your 2 new earmuffs off first time in the Manny Yard? Blinkers on first time.
No, I just think it's...
No, I just think it switches them on a bit.
Switch on.
Who was the horse that went out? Jameldi went out and led like a spastic, and Counter Beans had to sit off it. Hugh can let it go. Only goes up 2 kilos, but...
Yeah, and exactly, at the price, Northern Express is a better bet. Each way all day.
Put 2 lengths pretty quick on Northern Express. They weren't going to catch it. It'll be winning.
Case of golds on 6 pack
We're
of
up to a
golds on the
case, I
line.
think, by now.
Jesus. Yeah. What do we got?
Another 6 packs a case, I think.
You 2 are going to have to
you
bring
owe
out
me
the
2
bottle,
6 packs.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So that's what I mean. We may as well just keep going until we get to a card.
Alright, fair enough then.
Yeah, well,
6 pack it is.
That's your...
First past the post?
Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Yeah.
That's your Magic Millions.
Yeah.
Drink sorted, mate.
Exactly.
For one of you 2 at least.
Mm.
Yeah, well, Lloydie, you referenced 2 starts ago. Yellow Brick, pretty good form. Third in that race was a horse called Ekaterina, which I think wins this race.
Sartonte's little sister.
Yeah, as they do. Who didn't really have that good of a southern campaign, did she, Sartonte's?
No, but shocking.
She's in
Shocking.
deep fields though. Like
She's a Group 1 winning mare. She has to be now.
Yeah.
So it's not.
What do you do with it?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Come up and win a Stradbroke? That's got to be the aim.
Well, I have to be.
Yeah.
Have to be. When did
Why?
she go with the weights?
Oh,
Bobby, you probably take her to bloody Perth and Dubai, then Royal Ascot
Yeah, probably.
with all these other horses.
Speaking of around the world,
Plane's getting
how
big.
good's Michael Costa going?
Oh,
You know that stable had 4 wins last year?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did he?
Yeah, the stable
yeah.
had 4 wins last
I think he
season.
had 3 on
Saw
his
the
first
article
racing.
was it Punters the other day?
Yeah,
4
First race
wins.
meet, didn't he?
Yeah, and he had 3 wins on the first meet.
how about Saturday night though? So I saw this on
Or
Twitter.
2 wins in the first meet.
2 on the first
And I
meet.
think he
That's
said,
double
I think he
figures.
said to the
Yep.
owner, he said, "Yeah, I'll get you 2 wins in the first meet."
Yeah. On Saturday night, he's had a couple of runners early on, and one of the horses in like race 3 was
Unbelievable.
13s into 4s, and someone's put a thing on Twitter, tagged Michael Costa in there, and Michael's always been pretty good with the media, and said, "What's to go here?" Like huge betting move and whatnot, and he goes, "Yeah, such and such. I thought it was overs at 13s, but the one in race 2 is, I think it'll be winning." So it's gone $2.50 into $1.80. and bled from both nostrils and being beaten in a 4-horse field. The next one comes out and wins like a superstar at 13s into 4s, and it's just like everyone's just
back
like
to both.
everyone's backed the first one. It's bled and gone, oh fuck this.
Yep.
Like,
Or had the multi.
I'm turning Jebel Ali off at 10:30 on a Saturday night and not watching race 6, and it comes out and wins. So it's like, oh.
And what does it start? It starts about 7 p.m. or something.
Yeah,
like
it's not that bad,
So
really. It's sort of
yeah,
almost like Hong Kong, you know.
I'll start getting amongst it. By the sound of it.
Jebel Ali and Maiden.
Yeah.
In the yard.
You can't watch any of the races, I'm sure, because it's.
No, it's all on
No, you can, it's all on tab. Yeah, I watched them last week.
Yeah, I was watching them
It's like
pretty intently.
It's like they're going to stop that pretty soon. Just people are following it. They need to dictate the results as best as they can.
But good to see Mr. Strike Rate doesn't have to just be in Queensland. It can be on the other
No,
side.
he
he does.
It is good to see. I think he said, what's he aiming for? Not this carnival in Dubai, but
that
the following
yeah.
following year. He's trying to have carnival runners. I think they sort of he's just using the scraps of the stable at the moment. I think to get a few wins together.
I don't think
they're buying now
because that owner's like Addy B, Addy B.
Yeah.
We can leave that one to the pub chat, but he's not racing within that Costa stable though, is he?
Who's that? No, Adabe's
No.
no.
It's been retired anyway.
It's
Has
with,
it?
but
No.
it was with Haggis.
Yeah, I was gonna say it would be good to see him get a horse like that. And
I think
crack it in the
they
World
bought a
Cup or
couple of
something.
half decent ones.
Yeah,
it'd be good to see how it goes.
well, it's one of those, like he'd just be a kidney candy store because he's obviously got an endless bankroll.
He said the facilities are just off tap.
Oh,
He
yeah.
can basically do whatever the
Yeah,
Eddie
but
wants
you
to
just
do.
you just be like, whatever the sales he wants to go to, just go to him and send me the bill.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, I'm
the
sure that's
sort
what
of
Sheik, whatever his name is, says to him. Yeah, Mickey, just go down, send me the bill, mate. She's all good.
setup. Yeah, anyway,
Surely.
it'd be
Chuck a Gatorade, on there as well on the servo on the way.
They would have been on the sheesh
camel.
after the first week. The first week of winners, they would have been on the pipe together, sitting down
That's
in
it.
the stables.
I'm sure he's still a big fan of the show, Mickey Costa. So we
Yeah.
might have to get some of the new Michael Costa polos, the yellow.
Yeah, the yellow ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a bad
The
shout.
maroon and black's no good to
We'll
us
have to send
anymore.
them a note.
We'll have to
Take a trip over to Jebel
We'll just
Ali.
tag him.
Perhaps.
Maybe that could be the next Mugs trip.
That's it.
We could do
Mugs on tour at
Mugs,
Dubai.
Mugs in Maiden.
How quick would one of us get beheaded over there? Honestly, like Jesus. And it'd be something stupid. It'd be just drinking a beer in public that we're in a dry county or something. We wouldn't even do anything wrong.
We might move on to race 8.
Oh yeah. All right, we won't put that one up and tag him. You won't get the invite in. Well, $4 for Manazi here. That's sort of a Arabian name.
Yeah.
Well, there's been some oil money for it. 17-4. Manazi. That wasn't even meant to be a joke. That was serious. Mate, half the stuff we got away with at Magic Millions last year, I'm surprised we're still here. I think Bean's head's still down there, to be honest. Anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Elberk is also a little bit of.
Yeah, wow, hey.
Elberk might be the name of the track.
What about hatchet? You know what you use a hatchet for? Is that the trifecta?
I mean, I'm an Indian dreamer.
Dreamer. This is the race then, mate. We're setting you up for pick your favourite names and find one. Even Love Planet's in here. Jeez.
How has it not been sold on English yet? Like, it should be in the Mugs colours.
It probably is on right now. Just need to have a look.
Let's have a look.
Yep. But hey, not a bad little field, a long tail.
It's a hard race, this one.
Lordy Manazi.
No.
I reckon he was maybe a big sprint, maybe not your living breathing one week, but you were really confident. Was it last start or did it get scratched?
No, last start it was in 2 races. It got scratched from 1, but I said how it was a bit of an interesting watch over the 1,000. Went pretty good over 1,000 and now on the 7-day backup.
Started favourite that day too.
James Norman on 2 for Kendrick.
Not a 7-day backup, it's had 2 weeks. And money for it went up 9s. But I'm sticking. Elberk.
Yeah,
Found out how to win.
Yeah, it was a pretty good win too.
It was. Before that, second to Extremist, who I believe won again the same day that Elberk won, and it's sort of close to favourite later on in the day. Oh, it'll do.
Yeah.
It's a hard race. I am with Indian Dreamer. Gets back, but there's a stack of speed inside. It's drawn 11, but over 13.50 at Doomben, that's okay. That's where you want it anyway. You don't want it any closer than that.
Yeah.
It's one at the track pride, good or soft decks to go, and yeah, the big field is probably going to help, and you get Maloney on board for the Edmonds team.
That's
So
handy.
I think last start as well, or first up behind Tavasan and Skins, they're above average. at their peak.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the run of the Gold Coast, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
actually, because I
I'm
had
pretty keen. $23.
I think Tavison goes around
in the
on
listed
this,
race.
Oh, it does too.
So-
Yeah. What price in the listed race?
But we'll find out when we get there, I guess, won't we?
$8.50. Yeah. See, there you go. There's a bit of time in. Yeah. So if it wins this, then Tavason's you're betting the 8th.
I'm going with Hatchet again.
Shocked me.
Yeah, I know. Oh, if it doesn't win this week, I'm going to need the Hatchet. It just fell asleep last start.
Yeah,
Pushed
just got caught
Enabler.
napping.
Like, jumped, led, and then gave up the lead and just let Enabler go to 4 lengths in front. And not at jockey's fault because the rest of the field weren't doing anything either. So, big last race, Larry stole that one on Enabler. And we'll get more on that when we get to the last because we need a bit of time for race 8 because our good friend Garano Baldy is back at the track. $3.60. It's probably the best price you've ever gotten for Garibaldi. Still the favourite though. But last start, what was that third? That was a Toowoomba Wheatwood, I believe.
Would have been, yeah.
Yep, the Wheatwood there. So look, behind Axe, Mass Destruction. I guess the form out of that probably hasn't been too great, has it? Someone's phone's ringing. Like we're talking shit about Garibaldi and we're getting
Mate.
the Dubai owners are calling back in. The bit of delay to Jabal Ali's kicked in.
Is this live?
But you got a horse like Holyfield, barrier 2, jump, lead, and probably pull their pants down from what I'm sort of seeing on a pace map here. Tavison Bean, $8.50. You want to know what price you're getting? Well, that's the price you're getting.
Yep.
Emerald Kingdom is one that also showed a bit of versatility there last start. And if you want to talk about falling asleep at the wheel, well, I don't know how this thing did what it did.
Yeah, they all just. That was a good ride. Was that Jonesy? Was it?
The Corn, Jasmine Cornish.
Cornish,
So
the other superstar.
yeah, she's superstar. She had it too. I think she's in a bit of strife. Had a fall.
When was
6
the
to
fall?
12
Was
months.
that on
Oh,
Wednesday?
there's trials on
Track
Tuesday.
work, was it? Yeah, never good.
Poor bastard.
Falls
She's
never good.
flying too.
Yep.
Her and Jonesy going very well.
Yeah,
It
well,
was a shame because they had real sort of match race for the Premier Apprentice sort of title going on too in Metro. So
We should throw them in the boxing ring too. Cornish versus Jones.
oh yeah.
That'd be good, I reckon.
Well, probably not.
not
Find
now.
out for the not now. Once she gets
In a
better,
year's
I think,
time,
in a
mate.
year's time. Yeah.
Oh, like that charity boxing. No.
Yeah, that'd be good. They're both flying, so interesting. Anyway.
Yeah, interesting.
I'm with Holyfield Moss. Yep, tick. Barry is the key here. The lead. Brody Lloyd, Annabelle Nation. They are absolutely flying. Can't back Garibaldi. I don't care that won the gold market. Just couldn't have a cent of my money. That horse. It just doesn't like winning. I think it beat Desert Lord in that same race by a much bigger margin than what Holyfield did in the what's it called, the Ipswich, the eyeliner.
Yep.
Yeah, the rail true though. The place to be on the fence, and Holyfield just control this and be winning. I think $6 is a spoil.
Yeah, I agree with you, Bean. Because that eyeliner win was unreal. Would you?
Yeah.
You go
It was
back, was
really-
it barrier
really-
20 or something, and it
7 wide the trip, Camp
could have
Cross.
crossed.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
had like its first up stats ain't too flash, but you got to remember probably racing in group company.
Yeah.
Last preps, 2 trials leading into it.
Yeah, you've probably almost twisted my arm into it because I was sort of half keen to be against it first up just because of its normal sort of first up flops, I guess. And but its trials have been good.
We are convincing, aren't we, Bean?
Yeah.
Did I say I was with it?
Oh, I'm just
I
going
will
with
be
it.
having something on it, but you know who else I'm having something on?
Garibaldi.
No.
Let me have a look.
Is
Last chance.
Is
No.
last chance.
Last
in
chance
this-
is in
Oh,
it.
you're having something on Bandy
Oh.
Per.
I'm having something on Bandy Per. It's gone down. It's run. You go back and watch that run in the Sydney Stakes.
Yeah, we keep watching these runs that you keep telling us to watch, mate, and they're all useless.
You got beat 4.5 lengths by Rocketing By in the
It got-
Congo.
Beat 4.5 lengths. What else do you need to know, mate?
In a $2 million race on Everest Day in Sydney. It's been to Melbourne.
Mate,
Cup
that's
at
every week in
Flemington.
Sydney, you know. Gee whiz, this one.
I just think back on top of the ground, it might run a race.
What is it gonna be on top of a magic carpet on top of the ground, mate, and just cruise on? Up?
$35.
Can I start making some of these carton of beer bets with you?
No.
Oh.
I've still got to pay beat out.
they only involve
Can I
Bandy
get
Per.
my debts cleared first?
Yeah, right. All right.
Oh, well,
Continue. Sorry to interrupt
no, I
you.
just think its runs have been good down south. It comes back up here
Its
against...
runs have been good.
Yeah, comes up here against absolute crabs.
Yeah.
I mean, no,
So it's over the
there's a
odds.
few
It's
horses
over.
that aren't crabs. It's overs. It's running a Sydney Stakes Group 3 $2 million race at Randwick. Was a good one.
Yeah.
Michael Cahill on.
Yeah. I can see. I'm understanding where you're coming from.
Yeah. You'll end up having something on too, because you'll be sick if it wins and not on.
Yeah.
The other horse, Proper Rogue, short, come through the grades, but loves Doomben, Ben Thompson, TJ Golan. Is this just the sort of sneak in with the minimum weight and win a listed race?
Well, and when we backed it last start, we should have backed the last 3 starts because aiming for 4 in the trot.
Yeah.
We made very good mention of the placement with this horse. There's only been a Doom in this prep and has absolutely lapped it up. So,
but it's just got to go from a Class 6 BM78 to a listed.
it's also, how many more runs do you get out of horses? Kind of vibe I find with.
Yeah, but
this
he's sort
one.
of like its last 5, like July, then 3 weeks into August, another month to September, 3 weeks later in September, a month. Like he's been 3 and 4 weeks between.
Decent little prize money there for the winner too.
Yeah, well, it's a listed race, isn't it?
Yeah.
What is it?
That's the race.
100,000, 125
87,000
to the winner. Yeah.
Well, TJ, he's got 4.
150
big
for
dog.
the field. Yeah.
TJ going first 4. That'd be something. Probably pay $10.
Doesn't Kelly Purdy train Vanderpert?
Oh.
What
It
was
might be
the,
a stable transfer.
Yeah. What was the Bet365 special on the Nets game today?
KD to score 25 and 2 3-pointers.
Oh, we scored 29.
Okay, all right.
And
Mate, this is a Brisbane racing podcast, mind you.
yeah,
Even
but
though
we're
we
Brisbane
should-
Racing. We're riding on the Nets to win.
Well, we are because we need the money to have a crack at Doomben on Saturday,
Yeah.
obviously.
Correct. But
Actually, we did have some shit chat scheduled in for this part of the show, so I'm
only
glad
one
we got
3-pointer
that.
though.
Glad we got that. Well, all right. That's all. You just watch and see he's still on the court. Bean, just quickly throw to you, mate.
Mm-hmm.
Big week, Spring Carnival, been and gone,
Yep.
What was your highlight of the whole week? I'm talking from Derby Day through to Champions Day. It might be pocket talk, it might just be tears in the eye of a horse winning.
Highlight of the week. I'll tell you my low light first.
Yeah, go.
No, I'll just lead with that. I think it was Cup Day. Bartholomew Diaz, 3 from 4 at the 1800, didn't have a penny on, wins at $34. That was suicide watch stuff, I think, after that lobbed at that price.
I've got a similar stick beat like that too. It was Perfect Thought in the first race on Derby Day.
Oh, yeah, that was disgusting
That
too.
was
That was
disgusting.
another one.
I've got another one.
Yeah.
Myself going on BRC TV and tipping Gold Trip
This is
to
the
everybody
worst.
at the track.
And then not having a penny
Not
on.
having a penny on myself.
Highlight of the... to be honest, it probably was Gold Trip, because that's just sort of unbelievable, really. Cox Plate, Caulfield Cup, Melbourne Cup, top weight, first top weight since Caviar, since the Diva to win the race, I'm pretty sure. Was that?
Yeah, probably
at the
right.
stand? Yeah, since the Diva.
Very elegant ones on top weight, was she?
No, I don't think so.
No, because
No, Spanish Camel.
Spanish Camel was, that's right.
Yeah.
It probably was the highlight, to be honest. I mean, then you had, that between that and Animo, who's just a freak.
Yeah.
Who didn't win in Cup Week? Yeah.
But but the spring carnival.
I think you've gone on too long here, mate.
Yeah, sorry, go.
Yeah. Well, Pocket Talk Gold Trip was the best collect for me, so probably had to be at Melbourne Cup Day. The features on Cup Day, actually, I backed all 3 of them. I backed the winner of the Cup, I backed Rustic Steel in the Big Dance, and I backed Dream Runner in the Little Dance.
Jeez, that makes one of us.
There's someone on that, eh?
I think
Somehow.
in Secret was probably my best collect.
Oh yeah, she's a
Cool.
superstar too.
She's that's
Were you
exciting.
just on the day or into futures?
No, just on the day. I think
Right.
I was just need to get myself out, mate.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
did. Got myself out and then
That's
gave it
good,
all
man.
back Cup Day. Had a stinker. Yeah.
Tough day that.
Tough day.
She's extreme in the Oaks. Wasn't one on that?
Nope. Oaks Day, what a yep.
Well,
one more.
in the Greys race.
One more race.
One more. Yeah.
We might see an Oaks filly here, and it's not from Doomben, race number 9. It might be somewhere else around the country. Because Aaron T, too bad to be true last start, 8th. We had to go back to the trials. Lloydie, I know we were all over that day, but you'd sort of think cream rises to the top. But is Orbison the cream that we just don't really have a handle on yet?
No.
There is a lot of cream in this race.
There's a lot of cream, and I think the real cream is Enterprise Pom. I think she's been to Sydney and run well in a in a group or a listed race early in her career. First up, Jaden was the first to admit that it was a bad ride. And there were murmurs that the owner wasn't happy. I don't know how true this is, so I'm not going to go into it. But Boris Thornton goes on board now, replaces Jaden, which, you know...
Well, it makes sense, doesn't it?
And
just an overreaction from owners, I'm sure.
Yeah, like it was...
Although Jados goes back on a Don't Stop, who
he won on. I think that was the first ride back that he won on, wasn't it? So,
and was pretty good at Toowoomba.
Wendy rode it. But Boris has got a really good affiliation with Enterprise Pom. He's had 3 rides on her for 2 wins. She's first up. She was always, she's always been good first up. Second up, a little bit of a, she's had 2 goes for only a second, but she only had 1 barrier trial going into that first up run over 650 metres. So probably, when she's 3 wide on speed, entitled to knock up late, she's drawn barrier 2 here. I think Boris just box seats on her. I just think she's better than them.
Yeah, it's a pretty hard race, to be honest. I sort of was half keen on Enterprise Pom, but late change. Released the beans at $18.
Oh,
you're sick.
Yeah, I know.
What do you do with that first up run?
Oh, it was
so bad.
Yeah, it was too bad to be true.
It was first off.
Is it maybe Eagle Farm?
But it was too bad to be true. Exactly. Jimmy Orman sticks, barrier 7, $18.
Yeah, a bit of money for it already.
That's just ridiculous. Like you can't be jumping off on one run, surely. I mean,
that's what we do, mate.
There's about 100 bets in the race, but yeah, that and Enterprise Pom, Orbison's in.
Yeah.
Subterranean's a big price too. It's a good
there's a couple. There's a
cracker of a field horse. It's the best to last.
It's actually a really good way to end the day. Mobbuster, been on that a few times.
This is almost the fill the pockets for the Elite Street race here, really. I'm going one a bit of odds too, mate. I'm going the old Thornton combo to take you on. Magnus Bellagio, barrier 3, always sort of pops up. And trialled pretty well. I did watch this trial actually because I wanted to see Holyfield's trial.
Oh, yes.
And I think it reads maybe like 3 lengths behind Holyfield, but Holyfield was there for a blowout. Steph rides his horse pretty well for the old boy. That's a dad, I'm assuming.
It is Glenn, yeah.
Glenn, Greg, Gary.
Gordon.
Called him probably everything with G. Yeah, but at the odds, not a bad throw at the stumps of the 18s. Because anything would not shock me in this kind of a field, would it?
No.
I'm sure you two as well.
I've had max bet Enterprise Pom.
That's good. Yeah. Well, last week you gave out a $25,000 bet on Nature Strip for everyone to get their first home loan deposit.
That wasn't max bet though.
well, there we go. So we're already in the whole 25.
Yeah.
We want to get to 50.
Yeah.
So we need a bet.
What do we have in here, Barry?
What do we have in?
Maybe if we have 5,000 on this, or
well, 10 grand gets us 75k, which gets us the 25 back, and we got the 50 for the house.
Yeah.
So that's a bit more responsible gambling than 25 filler. There you go. Any sponsors out there that would love to sponsor the mugs? Our fee is 10k.
Maybe the doctor that owns Enterprise Pom.
Yeah.
He'd be a good one to have on side.
He would. Well,
just any doctor.
You don't want anyone not on side by the sound of it. Bazinga's Living Breathings must wins and around the grounds. I think, well, maybe it's just a universal elite street around the grounds. But Bean, maybe start us off hot, mate.
Bean's Bazinga this week, Mugs. We're going to race 5, drive a deal to make it 4 in a row. And then around the grounds, we gallop west to the land of Mr. William Pike, but we don't want to back that peanut. Ascot race 8, Wild Bell, the man himself, Chrissy Parnham, 2 for 3 wins on this. I mean, there's about, I think most of these horses have won 2 or 3, but combined margin almost 8 lengths in the, it's in the purple leopard print, which is sort of my colour, so get on board, Mugs.
Seen you in that a few times.
Quite like it.
Yeah, after hours, unfortunately. Must win. Mate, I'm with you too. I can't find anything more, didn't want to drive a deal, but, well, here we are. Winners win, right?
Yeah, that's
so
right.
This thing's won 3 in a row. Time to make it 4 in a row. Yeah, Lead Street there over at Ascot. I'm very excited for this horse to be back. Not looking at pending bets into the Winterbottom, but probably
You've got 9 pending bets that I could see him into Elite Street.
I think all of them. So Probably wanted to have a look at their mugs, the old futures. I don't think you get the futures insurance anymore though, do you?
No, you don't. But they go in there and he's in the field.
Yeah, well, that's right. He's going to win anyway, so you don't need a refund.
Exactly. Living Breathing for me, race 9 at Doomben, Enterprise Pom.
He loves this thing.
I'm pretty keen on it. Around the grounds, Newcastle, they're racing there this weekend. It's the main meeting in New South Wales. I was going to go to Perth race 8 and go My Bella May, but that's in the same race as Bean, so I'm just going to let you have it. Race 7 at Newcastle, it's a spring stakes for the 3-year-olds over the mile. Horse in there called Token Capitalist from the Annabelle Neesham stable. $14 we're getting. I really liked its trial. It went around behind Duke of Buckingham, who, you know, it's a bit of a speedster over the 1200 there, in a trial. And then first up, if you can call it that, sort of, it had trials between its runs. So first up last prep on Cox Plate Day 4th, beat him 6.5 lengths in that calendar Presnell race. Golden Mile and Communist paired off to win that. I thought he was really good late. This has got to be a bit easier than going around behind the Caulfield Guineas winner.
Yeah.
Big track at Newcastle has to suit. Neesham, Chad Schofield, Barrier 4.
Simple. And it's the Hunter
You missed the
meet
Hunter.
at Newcastle, so that'll generate a bit of interest.
Valana into $5 fave.
$5 favourites in the Congo, Valana, ha falls. So the ha is for some of us with all in bets.
Love what you like.
Oh well, you can get it back on Lead Street, mate, in 2 weeks.
Exactly.
Yeah, good day of racing, no mugs. So go out there and enjoy it.
Very good.
Ciao, ciao.